Hi, I'm Johnny from ultimatepapermache.com, and this week I did something that was kind of interesting. About four days ago, I think it was, I called up my daughter and I was really excited. I said, I think I'm going to retire. I already had a budget already figured out. I don't have very much money, but I have, Social Security. I'm 74 years old, and there's a whole bunch of people my age who manage without very much money, and they're retired, so I think I'm going to do it too. Couldn't figure out quite how to do that. Hadn't got to that point yet, but I was thinking about it. And then, like 2 days later, I got up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I made that sculpture of a bunny for a headdress mask. And today I'm in the studio getting ready to make the video for the pattern and how to put it together. So if I did that because it was fun, I don't have to have another mask. I've got 30 or something patterns already. I don't have to make any more. But I went ahead and did it anyway because I really love making the patterns. I love playing with the clay. This is what I do for fun and gardening. Those are my two main hobbies, really. So how do you retire from that exactly? I'm going to do it anyway. Would it be retiring? I don't know exactly how that would work. So I went online, out on YouTube, and I found a couple of videos of other people who are way older than I am. One of them is Doreen McNeil. She's in New Zealand. And the first video I saw of her was, I think, taken about 10 years ago. And it was so much fun. She's an abstract artist, and I enjoyed watching her work so much in that video that I actually started thinking maybe I would like to learn how to do something like that. She was in her 80s at the time that the first video was made, so I went back to see if she's still going and what else she's doing. Since that video was done, she's written a book, and I think she's now in her 90s, and there's another video interview of her. I'm going to put both of those video links down below so you can see them. I'll also put a link to her website. She has a website. And it's not easy to find her book. She doesn't put it on Amazon. I guess you have to send her an email to ask her if you can have one. And I'll put a link to that down below. You just have to scroll down that page a little bit to find it if you'd like to see it. The other video that I just saw yesterday was by a photographer. He went to see a 96-year-old artist who works in New York. He's been in the same place forever, and fascinating, 96 years old. He looks like he's in way better shape than I am. And he doesn't look like he ever intends to stop, certainly not retire, neither is Doreen, because, and how could they if that's what they do? What else would they do? And if you're going to be doing it anyway, why not go ahead and let people buy your work? So what is retirement? What does that actually look like for an artist? Then I started thinking, well, maybe it would be possible to feel retired if I just reduced some of the more stressful parts of the business I'm already in. And that way I would be able to go ahead and do what I really enjoy doing, which is making stuff. When you look on YouTube and you see the real experts like Ali Abdaal talking about how to make a really productive online business, they somewhere very close to the beginning of their video, they're going to tell you how you have your team do this thing and have your team do that other thing. There is no team. There's me. I'm the team. But then even if I did manage to have a team, what would I actually be willing to let them do? That's another big question. I really like the interaction, the comments, the emails that I get, even though sometimes I'm really slow getting back to people, especially on YouTube, just because there's messages coming in from a lot of different places, and so I don't get to all of them. But when I do get around to it, I really enjoy the interaction, so I'm not sure I would want someone to take over the comments or my emails, and that does take a lot of my time that I could be doing other stuff out in the garden or in the studio. I don't really like the technical stuff of the website, but most of it now is really being taken care of by my host, SiteGround, so all the security stuff and whatnot, and an awful lot of the content on the website is actually being produced by my readers, and they put it on the Daily Sculptors page. They make their own posts. So there is one part of that is that the system that I have for those posts takes me a lot of time, and I think that could actually be taken care of just by finding someone who could fix the system. And then most of those posts would be done by themselves instead of me cutting and pasting and moving stuff around, because that's not much fun. But if the system worked, then that would be a lot of fun, because I get to see what people make, and I hear their ideas about why they made it, and different techniques that they use that I would never have thought of before. And so that part, I guess I could reduce the stress just by getting the system fixed, if I could figure out how to do that. YouTube videos, sometimes that can be a little bit stressful if I allow myself to think that I have to get one done every single week, because when I'm creating a project, I can spend like 2 or 3 days just building it and taking video. And then if the video itself ends up being like 8 minutes long, it takes me about 8 hours to edit that video. And that is really stressful for me. But I can't figure out how I could get someone else to do the editing, because I've got, probably 5 hours worth of video that they would have to go through and figure out what's the right part, and what do I actually need to have in that video. And you'd have to actually know what I was doing, and since I'm the only one who has done that project before. Now, a video like this, just like a talking head video, that's easy. But a tutorial, I haven't seen anyone explain how they get someone else to edit those videos. If you have an idea for that, let me know. That would be really helpful. Because the project itself is fun. Putting the video out is fun. Getting the feedback is fun. But editing for 8 hours to 10 hours or more, that's not fun. What else could I do to kind of streamline it and make it feel more like retirement, even though I'm still getting to do all the stuff I really like? Let me know if you have any ideas for that. And if you're a professional artist yourself and you've ever thought about how you're going to be kind of slowing down as you get older, how are you going to arrange things so that the stressful parts of your business kind of go away, and without you having to stop doing the parts of your art that you really enjoy doing. Even if you weren't getting paid for it, that's what you would do, and you don't want to give that up just because you got older. So I'm just really interested in your point of view on this. Is it possible for an artist to actually retire? Or is it just something that we just keep doing because, the clay's sitting there, you got to play with it? So if you have any ideas, that would be really cool. I'd really enjoy hearing them. In the meantime, go make something and come visit me, ultimatepapermache.com. I'll see you there.